Hello, everyone, and welcome to In Depth with Academia. I'm Richard Price, your friendly host and fellow wanderer through the world of academic research. Today, I'm excited to dive into a fascinating topic, mines in Jordan. Our focus today will be on a particularly intriguing paper titled The Iron Ore Mine of Mugaret al-Warda, Jordan, Excavations and New Dating, authored by Yosha Alamri. Now, I'll be exploring this paper as a potential source of insight, not as the ultimate truth. So let's keep our minds open and ready to learn something new, shall we? The core question we're addressing is, what new insights have been revealed about the iron ore mine of Mugaret al-Warda after recent excavations and analyses? Why do these insights matter? Well, understanding the history of mining at this site not only enhances our knowledge of ancient industrial activities in the Jordan region, but also tells us about past economies and societies. It's like picking up a small piece of a grand puzzle of human history. Let's first picture where we're talking about. Mugaret al-Warda is located in the Ajlun Mountains of Jordan, about 70 kilometers from Amman. Beyond just geography, this place is a part of human stories told over eons, layers of time represented in its earth. The site itself witnessed intensive usage during the Ayyubid Mamluki period between 1169 and 1516 AD. But here's the kicker, a bit of a surprise: traces of Roman Byzantine activities and even older Iron Age utilization were uncovered as well. Now, how cool is that? The authors employed various methods to unearth these truths: archaeological surveys, chemical analyses, and something called lead isotope analysis. Think of it like detective work, but with rocks and artifacts. I'm getting whisked away in the excitement of historical detective work. So Yosha Alamri presents these findings with a splash of certainty. But let's pause. It's important to always see academic conclusions as a starting point for conversation and inquiry rather than gospel. Anyway, where was I? Yes. This study provides evidence that the mine was actively used during specific historical periods. The real breakthrough is their indirect dating method, which traced hematitic artifacts, tools and such, back to the mine itself. Isn't it interesting how science lets us peek into the past? These artifacts lined up with deposits at the site, proving that Mugaret al-Warda was a bustling center of mining activity long before the documented Ayyubid Mamluki exploitation. This treasure trove of history was masked under layers of time and terra firma. But you know what's more amazing? This study not only dated the mine to earlier periods, but also pointed towards this ore deposit being used way back in the Chalcolithic period. That's roughly 4500 to 3500 BC. What's super intriguing is that we're looking at a continuity, a string of usage, from ancient ore usage for colouring and maybe rituals, right up to iron smelting in the medieval Islamic period. I mean, talk about long-term use. The study creatively used isotopic fingerprinting to connect iron objects spread across different archaeological sites back to this mine. Picture this. Those ancient artisans sourcing materials from Mugaret al-Warda and creating something which today lies as a testimony to their lives and craftsmanship. Indirect dating, through these methods, shines a light on periods when there wasn't much definitive evidence available. It's like an archaeological hack. Perhaps not the best word choice, but you get my point. Hold on though, let's wander off the beaten path for a second. It's interesting how some sites just seem to accumulate layers of human activity over time, right? It kind of makes you wonder about the stories of those people. What did they think? Sorry, got a bit dreamy there. Anyway, coming back to the main narrative, the study did face challenges, notably with the accumulation of debris over those centuries, making some parts of the mine hard to access. The mine showed signs of ancient habitation, but contemporary changes in the landscape had obscured some of its subterranean secrets until now. Take that dynamite holes and debris. Human curiosity always finds a way. Before we wrap up, let's chew over this. Although the paper provides wonderful insights, it carefully posits possibilities rather than making absolute statements. This indirect approach, it quite literally vibes with our nature, doesn't it? We explore, we theorize, and occasionally, upon finding a nugget of truth, we question more and dive deeper. Isn't that just a grand adventure of learning? So there you have it. A deep dive into an ancient mine, illustrating the link between past and present, crafted by the hands digging ores in small tunnels to fuel activities far and wide. It's a telling reminder of the inexhaustible human spirit we find in research and discovery. All right, folks, that brings us to the end of today's episode. Remember, academic research is a continual dialogue, so whether you're a scientist, history buff, or just curious, engage, question, explore. Thank you for joining me today on In Depth with Academia, where venturing into the annals of history brings us ever closer to understanding the gift of knowledge that our world offers. I'm Richard Price, reminding you to keep your curiosity piqued and your mind open. Until next time, stay curious.